and welcome to my channel about living in and moving to Denver, Colorado. We're going to be talking about inexpensive things to do around Denver. Whether you're visiting or already here, there is always so much going on, and these are things to do on the cheap. Let's go. Hey, I'm Katie Martineau, also known as the Real Estate Gal. If this is your first time tuning into my channel, you gotta hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you get notified every time I release a video, which is twice a week. I talk about all things about Denver, Colorado, metro, surrounding areas, places to check out if you're moving here, information about neighborhoods, and all sorts of different activities that are going on because I, myself, am always out and about doing something. So might as well share so you could join in as well. And as mentioned, my nickname is Katie the Real Estate Gal. I am a licensed real estate agent in this state. So if you need help with buying, selling, or anything in between, I'm your gal, would love to help you. Here's my contact information below. You gotta reach out, call, text, or email, whatever is best for you. So, some inexpensive things to do around the Denver metro area. First, this weekend, I am going to the new Super Mario Brothers movie. Am I saying that right? And so it's relevant to talk about free and inexpensive movies that are going on around town. Also, I love bringing up little tidbits of information so you know kind of when I filmed this video. We are just rolling into Q2 of 2023. So the first mentionable is going to be Film on the Rocks. If you've heard of Red Rocks Amphitheater, and if you haven't, you gotta check it out. They have fitness on the weekends. They have amazing shows throughout the week, but they also do a Film on the Rocks. Typically on a Monday, it's about $20, and you get to see whatever film that they're showing. It's an amphitheater. It's absolutely beautiful, and there are concrete steps with wood benches that are kind of built in. And then you have the option to buy concessions, alcoholic drinks, and then just to hang out with your friends. There are no like seat backings or actual physical seats there. So bring a blanket and sit as close to the person next to you as you want, or spread out a little bit. They do have a Facebook group that showcases what movies that are going to be showing that week, or you can check out their website. Another movie hotspot is the Mavens of Movies, which is located in the Maven Hotel right near McGregor Square, which is right by COORS Field, downtown Denver. They have a $10 ticket for the movies, and then they claim that they include free concessions, sodas, and drinks. But really, you kind of pay for them because you're paying for your ticket. But regardless, a really cool setting and somewhere to check out that's downtown. So you could always grab a bite to eat, or if you're visiting and staying at the Maven, if you're there during the weekday, check out some of their movies. The next movie spot to check out is Tuesdays at HARKINS theaters. There are HARKINS theaters that are all around the Denver metro, and they do really cheap tickets on Tuesdays for classic movies, such as Reservoir Dogs, Grease, Dirty Dancing, kind of those older classic movies that are from the 80s and 90s, and tickets are only about $5. Then the last mentionable is the Denver MART Drive-In. So this got super popular during COVID. I didn't know about it, or I hadn't heard about it prior to COVID, but drive-in movie theaters got super duper popular because you are already with and enclosed with the people that, you know, are your COVID buddies. And then you could keep social distancing a thing. But anyway, if you like those kind of classic feel where you stay in your car and have a huge screen for the movies, they have a 80 by 40 foot screen, and you can check out their website for some double features and special events that they host. All right, getting into some tours that are around town that I promise are not boring ones. Of course, there's the COORS Brewery tour, not terribly expensive, and you get some beer samples along the way, as well as a full pint after the tour. But if you're newer to Colorado, or even if you already live here, you have to go at least once for that brewery tour. And then you're in beautiful Golden, so you could definitely bar hop or find a local bar that has some live music. You are right on the cusp of the mountains, so it's gorgeous, gorgeous scenery. But the COORS Brewery tour is an absolute must. Another tour to check out is the Buffalo Bill Museum and Grave that's on Lookout Mountain. This one definitely has a ton of history that's involved with it. And you can learn about Buffalo Bill, who is the creator and star of the legendary Buffalo Bill's Wild West show. So the drive is super fun because you get a little bit of a taste what it's like to drive up to the mountains if you're going snowboarding and skiing, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours, or if there's traffic, it'll be more to the mountains. But Lookout Mountain is right next to Red Rocks. It's kind of on the other side of I-70. Gorgeous views of downtown Denver on one side, and then amazing views of the mountains on the other. It's a really great spot if you're looking for a really close local hike where the elevation change isn't as significant than if you do a 14er or a mountain hike that is 14,000 feet of elevation, which does take some getting used to. It's a free thing to do. You do have the gas money, of course, and then if there's parking because you might be in Rocky Mountain National Park or just a public park that gets really full, sometimes they do charge for parking. But just know when you're at super duper high elevation, you need to let your body acclimate with hydration, with snacks, taking long breaks. Even if you are the fittest of the athletes, you have to take breaks. If you are coming from sea level, visiting for the weekend, want to go to the mountains, Lookout Mountain is a really great location that gives you a little bit of a taste for how thin Colorado air can be and how that elevation can affect the human body. So anyway, back to Buffalo Bill's grave. They have a quaint little museum that describes his lifestyle, and then you can actually go see his grave as well. And if you want to walk the grounds, that's when you can see that beautiful scenery. Another outdoor tour that you can do is the Georgetown Loop. It is a really cool train ride that is in Georgetown, Colorado, up in the mountains, and it is a functioning locomotive that is purely for tours. I believe it took a little over an hour. I want to say an hour and 15 minutes when I did it, but it was really cool because you go pretty slow. There is a Y in the road, so we actually had to wait for another train to pass us because it is just that, it's a loop. So one train starts at a certain station, another train starts at another station, and at some point during your tour, they do pass each other. So the train goes pretty slow. There is a little bit of a covered area that you can sit, or there's the open air. You're not going fast enough to have your hair all messed up. And it's the type of cars that when you're sitting down, you actually face the person that's right across the walkway from you. So you can turn and look out at the gorgeous mountains. One of the really cool spots is when it went over a bridge and there was a huge drop off, but it's a picture perfect moment. And then the conductor is going over all sorts of historical facts. All right, and speaking of getting your body moving to do things, we have a couple activities to do. One of them is Urban Putt. They have different themes of the mini golf course that is indoors, and it's super high tech. It's in Lower Downtown, also known as Lodo, and it's $11 for 2 courses. So really inexpensive, really great date night spot. Another inexpensive thing to do is the Lakeside Amusement Park. It has historic roller coasters, insanely cheap to get in at $3.50 for admission, and ride tickets are only 50 cents for a ticket, and then rides could either be 1 to 6 tickets. So it's super duper inexpensive. I actually haven't done this yet, but I have driven by the wooden roller coaster so many gosh darn times. I'm really excited to go do this summer. And free parking. All right, to continue on the theme of moving and grooving, Grizzly Rose, you have to check out. That is one of my local favorite hangout spots. It is a country bar founded in 1989, and they are doing $10 admissions these days. Unless you go early enough, you might not even have to pay admission at all. Before COVID hit, they were having grilled wings, tater tots, there's pizza, all sorts of different types of food. So you could go for dinner, and now I don't even know what to do at a normal bar anymore because I am always out dancing or people watching at Grizzly Rose. I call it Grizzly. A lot of people say the Rose, like, hey, we're going to the Rose tonight. They do dance lessons on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. They have family nights on Sundays, and it is such a great time. So typically 2-step, triple 2-step, their huge dance floor can accommodate any style of dancing. And then if you are out late, such as ladies' nights on Thursdays, or if you're there for a concert on Friday or Saturday, typically around midnight and 1, the music switches switches over for a couple songs to kind of that wedding style dance of the wobble or some sort of hip new dance that every millennial knows how to dance to. But it's not just all two-step. There are swing, there are a couple old songs that are riddled in with the new country songs. Super great time. Admission's $10. Ladies drink for free on Thursdays. So if you're in town visiting, for sure check that out because you're not paying for drinks that night. You're gonna keep it in that category of inexpensive things to do while you're in Denver. The best way to describe the location for Grizzly Rose is you are going north, but I would say it's one exit past COORS Stadium. Also, if you like games, One Up is a super duper cool bar. I believe there are 3 locations. One is down south on the way to Castle Rock, one is on Colfax, kind of on the east side, and another one is right in Lodo, that's nearby the COORS Field. And it's essentially an arcade bar for adults. So you can definitely get boozed up, and then they have a pinball area. They have some really old school games such as Miss Pac-Man, Tetris, Frogger, Buck Hunter. There are skee ball machines, and then one of the most giant Miss Pac-Man games that I've ever seen. I want to say it's 15 feet tall. They also have another Pac-Man that you compete against other people. It's like a giant Pac-Man table. So bring a ton of quarters. You are going back to childhood when you're at One Up, except there's alcohol. But that's a really fun spot to hang out. Last but not least, we have a couple inexpensive food things to check out while you're in Denver. There is the Hammond Candy Factory. It was founded in 1920 and just over 100 years old now, but the Hammond brand has stayed around this entire time. Their factory is up near that Grizzly Rose location that I mentioned earlier. And then if you want to go even a little bit more northwest, the Celestial Tea Factory has tours at their location in Boulder. As of right now, they are temporarily closed because of COVID and they don't have an open date. But once they do open, Celestial Teas, it's actually one of my favorites. I have a fair amount of flavors that are in my tea cabinet right now, but they are known for Tension Tamer, Sleepy Time Tea. One of my favorites is their Vanilla Rooibos. They have a lot of different chamomile flavors, mint, really any type of tea that you can think of. I think I saw about 30 different flavors of tea that they currently have.
We have blueberry, raspberry, ginseng, sleepy time, green tea with lemon and honey, liver disaster, ginger with honey, ginger without honey, vanilla almond, white truffle, blueberry chamomile, vanilla walnut, constant comment, and Earl Grey.
But little did I know until moving here is all of those teas are made in Boulder, Colorado. And last but not least, an inexpensive thing to do is bottle and board at Postino's. If you don't know what Postino's is, it is a bruschetta focused Italian kind of restaurant bar. There are, I believe, 2 or 3 locations. I think they just opened a 3rd. And what bottle and board is you get a bottle of wine and then 4 different types of bruschetta, which is plenty to share between 2 people. That would be your dinner for the night. Every Monday and Tuesday after 8 o'clock, it is $25 for a bottle of wine and a variety of bruschetta. It is such a great deal. They don't take reservations, so you gotta get there kind of right at 8 or plan ahead. Their bruschetta flavors are really fun. The different combinations, they have like a green apple with goat cheese and walnuts. They have a pesto with smoked salmon, your classic bruschetta, and sourdough bread. It is the perfect meal. Perfect date night and perfect for sharing. All right, that was a ton of inexpensive things to do around Denver. So please comment below if you've done any of these or if you have any suggestions. And to get notified the next time I release a video, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell because I do release videos twice a week. And as mentioned, I am a licensed real estate agent in this state. So if you need help with buying, selling, or anything in between, I'm your gal, would love to help you. Or if you just need advice on things to do while you're visiting, please reach out with my contact information below. We'll see you in the next video.